Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. This is the official post-fight review for Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder. Um, Honestly, man, we'll start with the positives. Great fight, fantastic account of themselves from both men. Tyson Fury, man, what more can we say about him here on True School Sports that hasn't been said already, man? This guy is a true champion in every sense of the word. I think tonight, all the great things that Emmanuel Stewart said about him all those years ago was validated. The things about his toughness and just him being the dominant, fighter in boxing. He won that tonight against a guy in Deontay Wilder, who everybody just knows as a concussive one-punch knockout artist, and he was an underdog by a lot, and he didn't just go in there and just outbox Wilder. For the majority of that fight, class was in session, and Tyson Fury took Deontay Wilder to school. It was a great performance. It was such a great performance that for the first 7 to 8 rounds of that fight, I said to myself, man, I feel like I'm watching a Floyd Mayweather fight, because the way he was putting those rounds to make so easy, making him miss and making him pay, I was just I was impressed. I knew he was capable of fighting that way, but to actually see him doing it in the moment was great. And as for Wilder, he didn't have his cleanest performance, obviously. I told you guys it was going to be a bit of a tough test for him because of the fact that Wilder Fury is taller and the awkwardness and him having to overextend, and it's going to take time for him to adjust to that kind of opponent in front of him. But fair play to him. In the 12th round, he found the right shots, and he hit Tyson Fury with a mean 1-2, knocked him on the canvas. I thought he had Fury out, but Fury's, that toughness I talked about in those videos earlier, it really showed tonight. And I can't remember the last time I saw someone get knocked down like that and get back up the way he did. So, in my eyes, I think the world knows who won this fight. I think if you argue who won this fight, I'm not going to argue with you. I will simply just say you can unsubscribe to me. You don't know shit about boxing, and you should probably go follow another sport, because there's no way in hell that you could find all those rounds for Deontay Wilder to get a draw, let alone a win. So just a really, really terrible night for boxing, because boxing goes as the heavyweight division goes, and boxing had such a great chance tonight to get it right and to really do something great for the sport, and give Fury the decision. And and it's not even so much about the story, about the mental health problems and all that stuff, but he won the fight. That much is for certain. He won the freaking fight. Okay, so he earned the win. And for those of you out there who don't understand who always say, well, I don't understand why these European fighters don't come to America, and when you get mad at people like me who are American and kind of take up for the European fighters and kind of feel like they're justified in the way they feel, this shit is why. Because they know that this shit is capable, and I just knew. I knew it. I knew once Fury got knocked out on the 12th, and no matter how good he fought after that, that there was enough knockdowns in the fight, and for the judges to at least justify Wilder getting a draw. And I was even scared of him even getting a win. But regardless, draw or win, it still counts as a title defense, and that's what history books will write in heavyweight boxing. So. Very, very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. But, this is why, like for example, man, you can't put your faith or your hope in boxing, a sport, or people, because it will let you down. And I kind of knew that before the decision was made. I kind of just when it got announced, I opened my door, I looked to the sky, I said, God, they're going to scoot Tyson Fury over. And then I listened to the decision, and they scoot Tyson Fury over. I walked about halfway up the street, took a couple of deep breaths, and I came back in the house. But you just kind of knew that the allure of America having this champion that they can market and continue to build and prop up, the allure that was too good to pass up. And even if Fury went in there, Fury was gonna have to knock out Wilder to win the fight, and I was hoping he would have knocked out Wilder, but for all the good shots he found, he just wasn't able to put him on the canvas or hurt him, or no, not hurt him, but put him on the canvas. And fair play to Wilder. He had a good chin. On True School Sports, I spent a lot of time this year talking shit about Wilder and saying things about him. But tonight he showed once again, he's a true champion. Even though I thought he lost the fight, true champion. Um, and as for if I want to see a rematch, I don't want to see a rematch because um, the first fight was so conclusive. Like, I mean, yeah, it had its moments. Wilder did great in the latter stages of the fight, but um, it was such a conclusive result. You know, you really need thicker glasses than these. Like, you would need glasses about this thick to see that what Fury didn't win that fight. And honestly, like it's not even me. I was mad about it. I kind of cursed a little bit here and there, but it's not even worth me to get worked up about it anymore because we kind of just expect this in boxing, and you should expect it because the great Steve Kim, who was a journalist I respect in boxing, um, he said he had a real cynical quote a couple years ago that I heard him say, and it went something like this. He said, "Boxing is a business dressed up as a sport." And once I started to look at boxing from that perspective, I can watch fights like Fury Wilder, and I can be disgusted, I can be mad, but I'm not surprised. Surprise is gone. You know, so that's what it is. I'm just gonna process what I saw. I'll probably watch it. This isn't a passionate post-fight review, but I think Fury won. He is the true heavyweight champion. Um, he's still, like I've said in all my videos, the best heavyweight in the world. Um, there's no heavyweight that can do what he can do in the ring. I think he beat Joshua. I thought he beat Wilder. I think most of the world thinks he beat Wilder. And if you don't think he beat Wilder, then you don't know shit about boxing. And we're not going to argue that because that's a fact. And yeah, so take care.